Hi, everyone. I hope you're having a great week. As we talked about in the PD last week, here are some short videos reviewing how to make a bar graph or histogram and a line graph in Excel. So I hope these are helpful to you. Feel free to share them with your students or anyone else if that will be useful. So we're going to start with a bar graph. So as you recall, looking at this data, we can see that this categorical doesn't change over time. So this is a good candidate for a bar graph. So to form one in Excel, the first thing you want to do is highlight all of your data, including the headers. Go to Insert, and we know that this should be a bar graph, so we're going to go ahead and select that. And you should end up with something that looks about like this. So the first thing you want to do is just give it a spot check. Looks fairly good. Yeah, columns are countries, which is what we expected. We can see the energy production per person here. The title is not so great. So we're going to go ahead and change the title by double clicking on it. And then you can type in a new and better title. The next thing we're going to do is add in some labels for each axis. So to do that, click on the chart. And then you should see up here in the upper left corner, add chart element. So you select that axis title, and you pick whatever axis you want to label first. So we'll label the horizontal one first. And just type it in the way you did with the title. So we'll label it country. If you would like, you can also format it, make it bold, make it slightly bigger, whatever works for you. And you can also move that within the chart area. So if you like it over here, up here, you can do that. And we'll do the same thing. So again, click on the chart itself to bring up the Add Chart Element menu. Add chart. This time we're going to add our vertical one. And we can label that one as well. Now we'll make it bold and a little bit bigger. Okay. It also might be helpful to add some labels to your data. So you can see here that if you didn't know exactly what Japan was, it might be kind of hard to see because there is so little energy production. So if you wanted to add data labels, you click on it and you want to make sure that all of your data is highlighted. And then we can add chart element, data labels. It gives you several options about where to pick them, inside on the end, inside at the bottom. We're going to do outside on the end so you can see it. And this is great because we have data labels, but they're so long that they're actually quite cumbersome. So to shorten them, here's what we do. Click on the data labels, and you want to make sure that all of them are highlighted. And you'll see this menu pop up on your right-hand side, Format Data Labels. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to come down to Number, and you want to switch the category from general to number, which will give us some decimal points. So we're going to go ahead and choose 4 decimal points. And now our data labels are a little bit more manageable. Okay, another thing you might want to do is change the scale of your y-axis. So we didn't do this together, and this is a little more advanced, but if it's helpful to you, I want to show you how to do it. So click on that axis, and you should see it get highlighted. And then I want you to come down and I want you to select Format Axes, and it'll pull up this menu over here. And what you're going to select are the units. So we can see here that this is skipping by 0.005. So let's go ahead and change that to 0.01 just so you can see a difference. Hit enter, and you'll see over here that the axis scale has changed. So that might be useful if you want to compare multiple graphs. It's really up to you. I'll go ahead and switch it back. And there we go. The final thing we might want to do is be able to add the mean. So what we would do then is we'll come over to our data, we'll add in mean, and we'll type in equals average, insert in parentheses, and highlight all of the numbers that you're taking the average of. That's a formula. And so we've added mean, but it doesn't pop up on our graph. So we need to come back over and we need to change our data series. So what you're going to do is select your data. You'll see all your data highlighted. You're going to right click and you're going to select data. And you'll see up here that the data chart is this kind of blinking green line around our data, and that doesn't include the mean. So we're going to change it from going to B11 to B12. And now we can see that the mean is included in our chart. So that's it for bar charts. So if you have any questions, definitely send me an email. We'll have a separate video for line graphs that's coming up next.